learn, work, thrive, lead, persist, communicate.
Portrait of a Graduate. Welcome to our podcast.
The Springfield Public Schools Portrait of a Graduate is the community's vision of essential skills and attributes that students will learn before they graduate. It is intended to empower Springfield schools and the community to reimagine teaching and learning inside and outside of schools. More than 200 people attended our community events. At least 700 educators participated in educator conversations. Around 50 student leaders participated, and about 1,400 people reviewed draft copies of the portrait and provided feedback. It took more than a year to engage those stakeholders, more than 2,000 of them, in conversations where district officials listened to their hopes and dreams for Springfield youth. The result of those conversations is the Portrait of a Graduate, a single document that lists central skills and attributes that Springfield schools, along with the community, will help students develop. The next step in our work is continued engagement with educators, students, and community members, and utilizing the portrait as a blueprint that will guide the district's strategic plan for the next 5 years, a strategic plan that defines new ways to inspire and empower our students. Hello, and welcome to another episode of POG, the podcast, with me, your host, Azelle Kavan, Chief Communication Officer for Springfield Public Schools. We are so excited to talk to you about this topic today because it's about artwork, it's about students, it's about community, it's about coming together, and it is all cemented through our Portrait of a Graduate. So I am actually joined by 5 women here today, and I am going to let them introduce themselves, and then I will ask Julie Jaron to announce to you what we are doing with our student artwork. So let's just start with some introductions.
Hi, Azelle. Thank you for having me. I'm the director of Commonwealth Murals. I'm so excited to be working with the district on this mural project.
Excellent. Thanks, Britt. How about Ms. Cooper?
My name's Bonnie Cooper. I am a visual art teacher at the alternative high schools in Springfield, Public Day High, Liberty Prep, and High School Completion Program.
Awesome. What a great job. How about Ms. Wesley?
Hello, I am April Wesley, and I am the high school art teacher over at Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And Eileen McCaffrey, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Azelle. Hi, everyone. I'm Eileen McCaffrey. I'm the executive director here at the Community Music School of Springfield, and really happy to be part of today.
So we have with us 2 representatives of community organizations, Commonwealth Murals and Community Music School of Springfield, 2 art teachers. You've already heard the word mural. So Julie, can you please tell us who you are and announce what project we're working on?
Sure. Hi, I'm Julie Jaron, and I'm the Director of Visual and Performing Arts for Springfield Public Schools. And we are working on the Portrait of a Graduate mural project.
Yay! Woohoo! What is that?
The mural project was based on a previous art contest that was run in connection to the Portrait of a Graduate art contest back 2 years ago. And so we got talking, the community members in this conversation, about how we might be able to generate some more excitement around the artwork that was created back at that time 2 years ago. And we just started brainstorming and came up with the idea together to use that artwork to create a mural that was inspired by the art contest winning artwork.
So exciting. So Britt, we are taking artwork that was created by students that they won a contest. We asked them to create some artwork of what the Portrait of a Graduate means to them. And so you're using that artwork to inspire what will be murals across the city and in schools. So talk to us a little bit about that process. How does a piece of student artwork become a mural, and will it look exactly the same? Just tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to.
Okay, well, we have these 12 beautiful pieces of student art, and we are using them as inspiration, the colors and the concepts and the content of the student work, and shifting it a little bit to kind of optimize it for a mural. But these murals are not made in the traditional way. Traditionally, murals are painted directly onto a wall. But we're using a process that's going to allow us to engage hundreds of students and community members in the painting of the mural. So we make an outline of each design, we project it onto the special mural fabric, create a giant paint by numbers, and then those panels are going to be going out to 36 schools, and the art teachers in those schools are going to be working with their students to paint those panels. Then they come back to our studio, we do a little touch-up work, and then they get glued up on the wall. Once they're up, they're permanent. They look like they were painted there, but hundreds of people will have had a hand in making them happen.
And you have done this throughout the city, multiple places, so many locations. Can you just give our listeners a quick, you don't have to include them all, but just some of the murals that you've created throughout the city so they can go and have a look?
Oh gosh, so many. Well, one we did recently that a lot of people may be familiar with, it's on the Rebecca Johnson School, is a beautiful mural in tribute to Ruth Carter, Springfield's own double Oscar winner. So that's one. Across the street from that is one. Yes, we love that one. She designed it. She did an amazing job. We also recreated 2 murals that were painted by Nelson Stevens, another well-known artist from Springfield. We've got a couple murals on Harena Elementary, some downtown. Pretty much any of the murals you see driving around Springfield are murals that we've helped put up.
So that gives our listeners an idea of the quality of what we can look forward to when we see these pieces of artwork on huge buildings. You mentioned students and community input. We do have 2 art teachers here with us today, April and Bonnie. April, can you talk a little bit about what is going to be your role as an art teacher in this project?
Thanks, Azelle. Well, we had a PD recently for all interested visual arts teachers from K through 12, and we were able to work with Britt Rue and her team at Commonwealth Murals. And it was just amazing the amount of art educators that showed up. Britt, and Julie and Eileen, I don't even think that you expected so much of an outpouring. And I love that I got pictures too, because everyone's just so engaged and listening to music. So I also appreciate that I saw the process through, where Julie Jaron reached out to the art teachers and asked for submissions from students. So we had a couple of students win the award for certain pillars. And it's just really exciting to engage with them and say, not only did you win, but now this will go up in the community as well and in our schools. So the process now will be that Britt and her team have put together these packages, and now it'll just continue. I'll have my now students, because this was 2 years ago, many of them have graduated. I'll have my now students work on these panels, and then we ship them back to Britt, and she puts them up, and my students can drive by or see them in our building and say, hey, I was a part of that.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a community participation opportunity for folks in the community to participate in the process for the murals that will be out in the community, which at this point we will not unveil where they will be. We'll let people stay on the edges of their seats to learn that, but I know that is being actively worked on and put into place. Eileen, I wanted to talk with you about just you were such an instrumental part in this whole idea coming together. Julie said earlier on, we just got to talking. I just wanted to talk with you about because you as community music school work so much already with Springfield Public Schools. So how does a project like this How does that resonate for you?
Thanks, Giselle. So one of on many levels, first of all, lifting up our young creatives, lifting up the power of our young people to tell you the truth about what's up is a perfect way for us to say this mural project is about amplifying the voices of young people, but also recognizing that behind them are great teachers. Because the art teachers, like we have just heard from, our folks here in the room, are the folks who are behind these young people getting the skills in place for them to be able to thrive. And so for the community music school, who's been in a relationship of providing professional development for the last 3 years, and really trying to find out what are the things that our arts, visual and performing arts teachers want. And what they wanted was opportunities to connect with organizations like Brits who have skill building, but also are just sort of saying, what's next? I mean, this is just the beginning, right? So it's really, I think everyone in Springfield should be really proud that Springfield is a unique community where we work together, where our things are shared. And now when we look up and we see our young people's art reflecting what a portrait of a graduate is about, everybody cares about education, but nobody really gets to see it expressed through the eyes of young people. So I'm the music school, and we are thrilled to be part of this beautiful ecosystem of just support and amplifying young voices.
That's great, Eileen. And that one of the things that I think is so poignant about this whole project is that Portrait of a Graduate started in the community. It is the result of the voices of the community. So many voices and so many meetings and just so much input from the community is what created the Portrait of a Graduate. And so now for the students to have expressed themselves artistically and for that artwork to inspire community artwork for all to view and enjoy, to me, it just seems such a full circle. Bonnie, have you had an opportunity yet to talk to your students about this project? Do they know it's coming yet?
I teach at schools half the year and then the other half the year. So in January, I go to Public Day High, and I plan to do the murals with them. I think that they will enjoy it and get a lot out of working at that scale. I also was at the PD, and I don't know if April mentioned this, but the scale that we were working at, the panels that Britt was talking about are huge. They're like, I don't know, 6 feet by 8 feet or something. But so I think that the students will enjoy doing that. I'll probably do it with my seniors. And we'll have all the paint. I think we use house paint for this. And I think that's
right, Britt? Is it house paint?
Yes, we use house paint.
And I think they'll get a kick out of that we're using house paint to paint the murals rather than, our standard acrylic paint. So.
Now, Bonnie, how long have you been teaching in the district?
Oh, 7 years.
7.
The whole 7 at Public Day High and the other alternative high schools.
And have you ever had a project at this scale?
Actually, not at this scale, but I have done many community projects. We did a ceramic project with the church across the street from Public Day in Indian Orchard. We created a huge planter with the guidance of the pastor there. So I've done group projects with the students, but nothing at this, nothing where it reaches out to the entire community in Springfield with multiple students from many schools. And I think it's great for the students to be able to work with students at other schools.
And April, how about you? How long have you been teaching, an art teacher here in Springfield Public Schools?
I have been an art teacher for 20 years. And I used to work at the alternative schools, and then Bonnie took my place. And I can't tell you how many people that work there came up to me and say that I was well replaced. And she is an amazing, brilliant art teacher. I said, she's the right woman for your job.
We
Now, you
often,
mentioned earlier on that this was, art teachers volunteered to be a part of the project. April, what was it for you that made you sign on?
At Springfield Conservatory, the arts, we're an arts integration school, and I'm just always so excited and looking for new opportunities to work in the community. And we met Britt last summer, not this last summer, 2 summers ago, and worked on the Harena mural with her. So
Mhm.
after I worked with her and her team, it was just pretty much like, hey, sign me up for whatever else that you got going.
Bonnie, were you going to say something?
I was just going to reply to what April said, how we often lock heads on many content, curriculum, students. She's a great resource for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I just want to thank all of you for being here and talking with our audience about this really exciting project. It's just so wonderful to see how the portrait of a graduate is just becoming a part of how we do school. And I just think the thought process, the innovativeness of the three of you, Britt, Julie, and Eileen, to come up with this idea and then to really see it through is fantastic. And I just can't wait until we're announcing to the public that the paint party is on. So come and join it, and then the unveiling. So much more to look forward to. I guess I'll close, Britt, with you by asking for a tentative timeline for when we might start to see these murals sort of being unveiled.
So we can do some of the panel painting. We'll be doing it over the winter, probably after the holiday break, and that will happen inside. But we can't do community paint parties until it's warm enough to do it outside, and we can't install until it's warm enough. So we're hoping to get these murals all up by the end of the school year, but the community will really start seeing the action in the spring.
Awesome. And I would encourage anybody in the community who has not seen any of, or actually paid attention to, because you cannot miss these murals when you're driving through the city, these beautiful, huge murals. But I would encourage you to just stop, get out of your car, or if you're walking, just stop and take a look, because the design is gorgeous, the colors on all of them, and they're all so different. And I just really love them, especially the ones that are downtown here right by my office. I just love to see them. So thank you all for joining in on Portrait of a Graduate. And if you stay tuned to this platform and also check out the Springfield Public Schools website, you will be up to date on all of the advancements and progress of this project. So stay tuned for more. And now we'll speak with a student artist whose work will be featured in one of the murals. Her name is Jaciona Bolden, and she is a 5th grader at Brightwood Elementary School. Why did you decide to draw that picture?
Because I thought that would be a good idea to draw it because for the backgrounds, and also my teacher said we're going to be drawing a portrait, and I thought that would be a good idea to draw that picture.
Is it you?
Yeah, it's me.
It is you. It is a really good picture. How did you draw it? With crayons or paint, or how did you draw the picture?
Well, first I drew it with pencil, and then we drew it around with like black crayons, and then I colored it in.
So did you look at yourself in the mirror when you drew that picture? How did you draw that portrait of yourself?
Yeah, we did look up, which they had like a mirror, so each table had one, and each table had like mirrors, so you can look at yourself, so you get a picture of what you look like to draw the picture.
And how did you choose the colors that you used?
So my skin color, I'd like grab color pencils and I put them next to my skin to see which one would be the color.
Oh, that's a really good idea. How long did it take you to draw that?
It took us like the whole week because we had the whole week, actually 2 weeks because we had 2 weeks to draw it.
2 weeks to draw one picture. That's a lot of work for one picture. Did you have any idea you would win the contest?
No, I just drawed it anyway.
Were you surprised when you found out you won?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it make you feel when you found out your picture won the contest?
It made me feel happy and excited.
Yeah. And then when you found out that now the picture you drew is going to be a mural. You know what a mural is,
Yeah, it's like a building and they put like pictures and stuff.
right? How did you feel when you found out about that?
I felt like proud of myself.
Yeah, I bet you did feel proud of yourself. It's kind of an amazing thing to think that the picture that you drew by yourself in your classroom is now going to be on a big wall for people to see all throughout the city. Did you get a chance to see what the picture is going to look like when it gets on the wall?
Yeah, my mom showed me.
What did you think of it?
I thought it looked good.
Yeah, you like it. So, people are going to be able to help paint it when it becomes a mural. Do you think that's something you would want yourself and your family and your friends to go do? Help paint it when it finally gets to that stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think that, when you turn 12 and 14 and 16 and you drive by and you see that, you walk by or whatever, and you see that picture, how do you think you're going to feel then?
I'm gonna feel like I wanna continue doing art.
Yeah. So do you still like to do art today, these days?
Yeah, I still like doing art.
You do? And what kind of artwork are you doing now?
Well, at school right now, we're like doing like shades. We're like drawing picture. Like, so we're like, it has like a black around it, and then there's paper on it. And then you're
Mhm.
supposed to be drawing a picture on it. And then on the black part, you're like supposed to be like sketching it, and you see like, so people can see the same way you draw it on the white piece of paper, so on the black paper.
Oh, wow. How does it make you feel when you create artwork?
It likes relaxing for me, and it makes me feel happy.
Yeah. What are some of your other subjects in school that make you feel happy?
Mm, I also feel happy when I do music. And, and
Art and music.
mhm.
Do you sing or play an instrument?
Well, we do sing and we also play instruments. We actually have a music concert coming up.
You do? Is it for the holidays?
Yeah, for Christmas holidays.
Oh, okay. Great. And you're going to be singing in that, or are you going to be playing instruments?
Well, some people are gonna be dancing and some people are playing instruments.
Which one are you doing?
I'm doing the instruments.
What are you going to be playing?
We're doing like the Nutcracker March.
Oh, what instrument do you play?
We're doing the chimes, but I have a guitar. We do,
Oh, you play the guitar.
yeah, but we're doing the chimes for the Nutcracker.
Oh, you're playing the chimes for the Nutcracker, but you also play the guitar. How long have you been playing guitar?
I think a month, like a more than a month.
Wow. Can you play a whole song?
I can only play one song.
You can play a song? That's great. Wow. So it sounds like you're an artistic person.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you like having art and music in school? Do you think that's important?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I know I said it before and I'll say it again. Congratulations on your beautiful artwork. And I'm so excited. I can't wait until it's made into a mural. And I'm sure I will see you in person at some point as we go through this whole process.
Mhm.
Okay, so thank you for taking time to talk with me today on a Sunday.
Thank you.
Portrait of a Graduate, the podcast, is a production of the Springfield Public Schools Office of Communication. Azel Kavan, executive producer and host. Christian Polanco, production manager. Theme music written by Marcos Carreros, music teacher at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, and performed by the Conservatory of the Arts School Band.
And I'm Davion Gatson Cogman.
And I'm Gabriella from Glenwood.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Have a great day.